Hello, people of Wasteland TV. We are here with somebody.
Robbie here.
You mean Jeff Jr.? It's true.
Yeah, I know.
The sun is bugging you. Put your hand down. That looks inappropriate for a clip. Be professional as an actor. Even Jeff would tell you that. Be professional. Suck it up for the team. So, tell us about what happened to King Jeff.
King Jeff sadly passed away yesterday. He'd been dealing with cancer for the last...
What type of cancer?
I don't really know what type of cancer. I just know he had this mass starting to grow on his jaw on this side. And then the cancer managed to get into his lungs, and after that, he sadly passed away.
Whip us some tears for us. Make us feel. Looks like you're gonna burp.
You know, my brother was usually working nights, you know, and so,
Gotcha, yeah.
so usually I was home by myself, and then my brother would come in probably after I'd already left for work, you know.
So keep missing each other, yeah.
Well, that was the way it was, you know.
Well, day shift and night shift, you know, when they're sleeping, he's there, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like that, you know, so it's kind of like it's the in-between, and then, you know, a few more of the guys would come over, you would come over, we'd set up. We tried to make things work with sounding board. It still hasn't worked.
Shit, we got to start all over.
Oh.
Okay. Hello, viewers of Wasteland TV. We're here with Czar Blandon. Or Brandon. But Czar Blandon was, the term Czar was coined to him by Jeff. Blandon was coined to him by Polka-John. And then Jeff needed to be King Jeff because he became Brandon's arch nemesis for a short amount of time.
Oh, that's where that came from?
Yeah.
Shoot, I didn't remember.
Yeah, the Czar part was from Jeff.
Yeah.
Because he always had a smug attitude there.
Yeah. And also, I think that was like the name of an NPC in a Star sci-fi RPG we were doing for a little bit, and
yeah.
He goes over there and started using it as that.
Yeah. So, let's go back to, what was your favorite moment with Jeff?
One that comes to mind first is kind of indirect, but it was we went to the John's Incredible Pizza, and it was like his birthday or whatever. So the theme was like the roast of Jeff or whatever.
Oh, it was his birthday, roasting Jeff.
Yeah, and
because we needed a theme. We always said that's when Mike would come up with themes for parties, and Jeff was complaining he was too old, so we decided to roast him.
But the one that I remember from that is just because the whole night Robbie's just bragging about, I have created the ultimate insult. He'll never forgive me from this. Yada yada. You know, just going on and on about, you know, he almost feels bad because his roast is going to be just so poignant and mean. And then he gets to it, and he just took the Grinch song and replaced the Grinch with Jeff, Mr. Jeff, instead of Mr. Grinch.
Oh, the funny part is, I was singing that way before he was. You're a mean one, Mr. Jeff.
Which, yeah, also doesn't help. That's always the one that just kind of comes to mind first, just because, you know, it had so much build-up, I think.
What about the favorite moment when we were writing stories, and one of Jeff's favorite stories was him stuffing Robbie into a hole, and then having you burn him alive with kerosene?
That was kind of a recurring theme.
Yes. Jeff would always literally brutally kill him far worse than you could.
I think that's where I got the idea, actually.
Yes.
Or at least the idea that, this is okay to do.
Yes. Well, you can never do it as poignant as Jeff. He would go into vivid descriptions how Robbie's flesh would flay as the flames tickled his flesh.
His nerves dancing along.
And how Brandon would be sitting above the hole, smelling with glorious thunder, the smell of Robbie's flesh cooking and scorching like bacon in the morning.
I didn't realize thunder had a smell. Like, I guess it has that whole rain thing, but
yeah.
Yeah, and then otherwise it's general stuff like, you know, watching the movies and stuff.
Like Nemesis.
Which was, you know, a nice sleep aid.
Yes. That's before you got your sleeping.
Yeah,
thing,
it
too.
was technically the sleep apnea, but it's more fun to say it was the Star Trek movie.
Yes.
Because, at the time, the whole sleep apnea that I have, I tend to kind of, nod. But the Star Trek one was the first time I went full, just out, having a nap.
Yes. And it became a clip.
That's right. I remember that too now. Oh boy.
What did you enjoy about Jeff? His hairy balls? That was great. Indirectly, how Jeff came into the Burger King.
That's another one that's memory that's indirect, but still does involve him. Of Robbie going on about that for I don't even remember why.
Because he was annoyed because Jeff would scratch his balls in front of him.
And he went into great detail that in the middle of.
I remember he'd be talking about. Yes, he'd be scratching his balls.
He always would do that. Robbie would always do that thing where instead of speaking low, the bad part to keep from attracting attention in public, he would speak low every word except the word in question. So
the attention word.
Yeah.
The best one was that let's take to Robbie for a minute is when we were at Borders,
Yes.
and the old man turns to Robbie and goes, "What's your language, young man?" And Robbie was all of a sudden just got teary-eyed and went running to the bathroom.
Yeah, that happened a couple times.
Yes. He would deliberately do it to try to get us kicked out of Borders too. And then he'd go run to the bathroom and hide.
Oh gosh, what have I done? I'm going to get in trouble.
Yes.
I guess it's appropriate. We always called Robbie Jeff's heir. So
Jeff Jr.
Yeah, so I guess it's sort of appropriate that these things indirectly involve him, but directly involve Robbie. So it's kind of poignant in a way. It's like a next generation thing, I guess. If you want to be poetic about it.
Yes. But it was really funny though. He was the only one that never got food poisoning after Korea and was quite proud of it. And he ate the greasier stuff than what we did.
Yeah, I mean, I got once or twice. You and Mike were.
I got it almost every week.
Yeah.
Mike got it 3 or 4 times, but Jeff would just sit there smiling, eating his
nachos,
steak and nachos, and beans, rice, and then he'd have, I think, a burrito with it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he'd usually get the actual big nachos.
That's why we got the King Jeff, because he would always
get
the biggest meals possible and eat like a king. And he goes, "Well, you should always pepper yourself at least once a week."
Oh yeah, and that was his other saying about a man doesn't want soup, he wants steak.
Yes,
that was one of his favorite sayings.
Yes, you either have a choice of soup or steak, and a man will always have steak. But what if you don't like meat? You're gonna choose soup. You could never answer that.
Yeah, tofu steak.
I've never had tofu steak. I didn't know they made it.
I mean, I'm sure they do, or if something else, a big slab of tofu.
With soy sauce?
Or whatever. I mean, it's tofu. It just soaks up whatever you cook it in its flavor.
Bacon?
Yeah.
Even though tofu's designed to be not with meat?
But it soaks up the broth so nicely.
So, with the passing of Jeff, do you have anything to say to him?
I mean, I hope he's in a better place, obviously, and I mean, I was surprised it happened so fast. I mean,
yeah,
I know it got bad, but I didn't think it was that.
It was that voracious of a cancer.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I heard last I'd heard from you would be that it went to his lungs, and that was just what was it only 3 days? It was.
Oh yeah.
Because I've had grandparents and older aunts and uncles that died of cancer, and with them it was always this long, drawn out thing. But
or like Tim from the game store.
Yeah.
He had it too, but his was drawn out.
Yeah, I mean, in a weird way, I guess it's almost better that it got then and done. It's weird to say at the time, but
because the cures tend to do more damage to you than
the chemo. Since I mean
chemo and
it's literally-
radiation.
Yeah, I mean you're literally just blasting yourself with radiation. So,
Yeah, and then you're getting blood transfusions.
and all sorts of. But I mean it's.
Can you imagine getting Robbie's blood?
What? Oh,
Giving him Robbie's blood? Impure, impure.
I would just like make it always like a were Robbie,
Or Jeff would get curly hair.
he'd go down faster than he did. Oh, that sounds horrible. But
The go down goes with all the dirty jokes we said about Robbie and him.
That's even worse. I meant, but
I didn't say it, you did.
In a weird, it's because I just remember
It's
how
surreal.
bad. Yeah, because I remember how like bad it was with some of my relatives.
Yeah.
It's, in a strange way, it's almost like a mercy that was just.
My mom was lucky.
Yeah.
But at the end, when she passed, it was due to all the...
other stuff.
No, it was due to all the radiation repairs and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
That it finally took its toll on her body and her immunity system.
Yeah. Because I remember, seeing them just, spending, years just in a hospital bed, kind of just
Wishing for death to come.
pretty
Like in
much.
Zardoz. Death!
Ugh.
Death!
Yeah, it's not a good thing either way.
No.
Of course, it's
What was your one favorite clip to film with Jeff before we sign off?
It might be just because I just now watched it. But I liked his Raven video on there, just with Robbie kind of sitting there like Salacious Crumb.
Going.
Well, for like the first half, and then he
Starts nodding off?
or and just trying like stretching and scratching himself, just doing everything to try to keep awake in this.
Well, he's crunched up in
Yeah.
a small area.
He's like Jeff was in an armchair like this, and he's just kind of there.
Yeah, and he's all crunched underneath there,
It's-
and just petting him like a pet.
Because he's trying to keep reading the thing just straight, just keep it straight laced and stuff. Where you have Robbie's floating head. It's like it's like a Muppet video. That's what it is. It's a Muppet video. Because you just have his upper body perched up here like a Muppet.
Or it's the fact that Robbie's had hair then.
That too. I mean.
He had the white man afro.
Over time, it was like a gradual change, so I didn't really notice as much with you making those jokes about him going bald and stuff. But now, actually, like comparing the then and now, his big, yeah.
That's why you watch yours. You got more hair as time progressed.
Haircuts are expensive.
Yes, even with haircuts, you have more hair than Robbie now. You have more hair than Mike.
Good genes.
So, until next time, this is Brandon signing off.
Block Robbie. You didn't fit this picture perfectly, Tony, if Robbie was dressed as an altar boy.
So, Robbie, what was your favorite Jeff moment?
Well,
And don't say one you saw on a YouTube clip. That's cheating.
oh, ow. But,
That means you didn't care.
oh. Well, I am Jeff's son,
Yes.
so it kind of runs in the family.
Yeah.
But,
Then you should be proud now that your generation got Star Wars right finally, like he said.
oh my gosh, you needed a win, Robbie. You needed a win. He literally told me that right after Force Awakens. If he only knew. Anyway,
Well, he never saw the last one, luckily.
oh yeah.
So he can go. He can go to his grave knowing that you still got your win,
As far as he knows.
as far as he knows.
Yes. My favorite moment.
Is a deal with balls.
Yes. I'm sorry, but that moment. Okay. Jeff, whenever I'd go to his house, he'd always scratch himself right there, in front of me.
Because you guys are men. Men
Yeah.
scratch themselves inappropriately with other men in the room.
Oh my gosh. And it would always kind of bother me. And one day when we were at Burger King with...
It's the equivalent of farting.
Yes.
And I told you it was inappropriate with guests there, but
Yeah.
you don't care.
Yes.
That's what makes you Jeff Jr.
Yes.
One had the front, one had the back.
Yeah. But anyway, we were at Burger King, and I was venting about it to both you and
Brandon
and Mike at Burger King.
And we were filming it.
And you were filming it. And the entire time I'm ranting, and going...
No, you're talking, and then all of a sudden you get to balls! Every time.
Yeah.
Balls! Till the point that it offended a customer in the restaurant.
Yes. But the most beautiful part is I didn't even realize she was offended.
No.
I didn't even realize, because my back was turned to her, so I didn't even know
I
she
did,
existed.
because Brandon was having a conniption, and Mike was totally like, what the hell?
Mike is just having what in the world? And Brandon was freaking out.
Oh, yeah. And then afterwards, she goes complaining to the manager, I can't eat with these ugly people in the building. Why do you let them in?
And then I think Brandon said something along the lines of, "Oh, you gonna answer her?"
Yeah.
Basically.
And then she storms out finally.
Yeah, and then I say, "What? She talking to me?"
Yeah, her and her boyfriend that looked like Tony.
Yes. And Brandon just face palms at that moment, going, "Oh my God."
How stupid can Robbie be?
And then that's when she stormed out. Amazingly, the manager was pretty cool about it.
Yeah, because we weren't really doing anything offensive other than you talking about balls.
Yeah.
You didn't know what kind of balls, but they were balls.
Yes.
And they were big, hairy old man balls just dangling about. Wrangling and dangling.
Inappropriate being scratched and jostled.
Yes, it's right up there with your moment of, what's your language, young man?
Oh, yes. From Borders.
Yes.
Once
Any
again,
other moments?
I remember finding
There
out...
better not be a clip.
No. Remember when we were filming and he got really on me, I got upset and I stormed out of his house?
No. Because you did a lot with everyone.
Oh, yeah. But I stormed out of his house, walked around the block, and then came back
Yeah.
after I cooled off. And I remember then that's when we filmed, which clip was it? I'm trying to think of the clip we filmed. It was one of the ones with the three of us, me, Brandon, and Jeff.
Was it the anti-Milo Pony ads?
No, it wasn't.
Was it the psychological ads that you're fucked in the head, Robbie?
I think that was the one.
And you, like normal, you take that shit personal when people tell you stuff.
Yeah.
When it's an open forum, and you think they're attacking you, but they're really just attacking the subject.
Mhm.
Me and Brandon were talking about how he used to write stories about you dying, and how he went into great detail, better than Brandon, about
the brutal dismemberment
brutal dismemberment, brutal burning, how your flesh would smell as it cooked on your body.
and boil.
Yes.
How it would drip off.
Like butter. And he
used words like that.
Yes.
And
Big words that Robbie just doesn't understand.
And I'm just going like, oh my gosh. Horribly descriptive.
Oh,
Worse
yes.
than Brandon.
Yeah, I know. Brandon goes, that's where he learned it from. That's where he realized it's okay to kill Robbie that way.
Was Jeff.
Yeah, he talked about it in the clip before. We were talking about his stories with you at Incredible John.
I'm going to have to watch this. But yeah.
So, did you get any artifacts to remember, Jeff? Would you like to share them? You do got your nice Snoopy picture and your nice Jeff picture you could share.
Yeah.
We'll pause here.
Yeah. Pausing.
So you're back.
Yes.
So what do you have?
I have a Snoopy photo that Jeff would always hang that Russ drew a long time
Wow,
ago.
I'm surprised he still had that hung.
Yeah.
It's for Christmas. I think it's a Christmas card in there, actually.
I'm not sure.
Because he likes Snoopy.
Yeah.
And a dusty photo, which he didn't dust off. What does it say?
It says, you ever notice people with the letter J in their names are pissed at Russ today?
Yes. Doesn't count you, though. You're an R.
Yeah, I know.
And a hair.
Yes.
And an E.
Okay. But yeah.
So do you ever talk to you about him any?
Not really, no. But he always kept them hung. He
Ah.
never took them down.
Really?
No. He never took them down.
Is that where all the dust is from on it?
Yeah.
Where was that one hung?
This one was hung over on the side, over to the way the walkway.
As you're walking towards his bathroom?
Yeah.
Underneath Bob Wilkins?
Yeah, and this one was in his kitchen.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. You think it would upset his food?
You would think.
Because Robbie starts with R.
But yeah.
Your Thursdays are going to be a lot different, or pretty normal with this coronavirus.
Thank you for cheering me up. But
So where are you going to put these up at? You can put that Snoopy going to the bathroom like Jeff had it,
I could.
and then put Jeff in the kitchen?
I don't think Mom would approve of that.
No. The dad watching her cook?
Mhm.
So where do you have them so far?
So far, I've had them in my room.
Oh, you should put them up in the living room.
I could.
Yes, put it right. Put the Jeff one underneath Jack.
Okay, Katie would be very, very upset with that one.
You could put it by the TV, so every time you could put Jeff in his favorite spot
Yes.
in front of a TV.
That I could.
You know, because throwing them in the dark is kind of sad.
Yeah.
And you should dust it off too. Take some Windex, get
Just
that
wipe
dust
it
off.
off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever happened to all the images of you two hugging?
I don't know. I couldn't find those.
Oh wow!
They might have found them when they cleaned up the rest.
And they thought you were his son.
If they cleaned up the rest.
Yeah,
They might have just brought it back.
they might have just picked and pulled what they wanted to take and left the rest to get rid of by the rent to do.
I have no idea.
But
I know they were doing a tall pick and pull to have the car they always had out there finally towed
yeah,
and removed.
they'll get $200 for it.
That's
So, me and Brandon were guessing that it was going to be your car. Jeff left you, so you can sit in front of the yard and you can start practicing driving.
oh my gosh. That would be hilarious.
Yes. Your mom would love that greasy oil dripping thing right in front of her car.
Yeah.
And they go, Mom, one day I will drive. Right now I just sit there and go, brrrr. I put my switch on the dashboard to make it and play Mario Kart.
Yeah. No. I simulate driving using the Switch's motion controls.
Yes. You see? So any last memories you want to share before we sign off?
Nothing I can really think of. Looking back on, because I was watching a lot of the clips that he was in and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I do admit, you're right. I did used to have hair.
Yes. Now it's all flat and long, and you pull your hair back, you can see how bald you really are. Like Jeff.
That and I dance horrible.
Oh yeah, you know that. We told you that,
I know.
but you wouldn't listen.
I know.
That's why you and Mike would throw your clothes off.
Because it's the only way we could get any attention.
Yes. I know. We're not even going to talk about the CJ moment,
Oh no.
and the Bonnie moment, and the Brandon moment you did all in one shot. It just deals with a full Monty.
Oh my God.
So, This is Wasteland TV signing off with Robbie.
Oh yeah, certain ideas you just basic from the infant level, and then trying to work it up into
right. Mainly, it's
adulthood.
just if you have a kernel of an idea, you can rest assured that Russ would find another venue for it.
Exactly, and then
that's what we were trying to do.
And not every seed you plant is going to grow. Unfortunately, that's just the way.
Well, what happens is like everything else. We work towards the idea that things might work out, but we're not afraid to leave things on the side. And say
Exactly.
This isn't working. Let's try something else.
I guess cut away the fat, they would
Hey
say.
guys, this is Monster Mike. I have
Is it really Monster Mike?
Oh well, I think it is. I mean, it's. I haven't used that. I haven't said that word for a while. Monster Mike sounds kind of weird.
Monster Mike.
Munster Mike. Now I do have some bad news.
Really?
Jeff, King
Robbie
Jeff-
already told you.
Oh, okay, never mind. But anyway, I like to talk about memories about King Jeff.
What memories?
So many. Like we should, like I said, in order to remember people, even though they passed away, we still can remember them and
Really?
keep them alive in our heads.
Really?
With that, really.
So we're going to talk about Walt Disney.
Well, that too. But
Remember, he loved Walt Disney. He would always buy the secret hidden tins.
He was a huge, which is kind of funny. You wouldn't assume that about him. I mean, but I remember one time. Remember before he lived in this rented his house. He rented a trailer, so he was in a trailer. Remember?
Actually, he owned a trailer.
Oh, sorry,
he
he
almost
owned the
owned
trailer.
it.
Yeah, owned
Him
it.
and his brother.
Him and his brother owned the trailer.
But he got in this dick mood and decided to default it.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then one night it was Halloween. Remember this? And we were to visit Jeff. You went in to visit Jeff, make sure that he was okay and stuff like that. It was Halloween, and and he blocked off his door. He turned off his lights, and there's all this.
No, every year he would do that.
I know every year, but I mean this is the first time. And he would turn off his lights, and everything was blocking. It's like, whoa! Somebody hates trick or treaters. Well, remember the one year?
Remember, he thought he was going to get robbed and raided and raped.
Yeah, he did. He did. But
And this is a grown man
remember one year he did
of
it.
300 plus pounds.
Well, we had his Halloween parties at Jeff's house, and I was sergeant uniform.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, and we opened the door, and he actually had some trick or treaters, and I opened the door.
Well, he hated that you opened it for trick or treaters.
And I gave him some because I bought the candy, so I gave the kids because I bought them so I could give the kids to it, and they're like, "Thank you, Michael Jackson." And remember that, and we at Jeff's house we would have parties. We would have the dance off where we would dance. I remember one time, of course, Robbie and Jeremy were dancing. Then he kissed Jeremy. If you remember that one.
On the lips.
On the lips.
Even though Robbie will say not.
And then another story about Jeff's parties. I remember.
He humped Robbie. Robbie humped him in that thing. They had sex.
He did, yes, I know. And we would get naked, and Robbie and I would get naked too.
Oh, you didn't need to know. That's a little more about.
But you see those are.
This is more about Robbie than Jeff now.
Well, hold on. And then remember, there's a party, and this is I think it was a Christmas party at Jeff's house, and I was with Jose, and this is when he had the Furby doll.
Oh, when I got into Furby.
Yeah, when you got him the Furby. And I remember leaving Jeff's trailer, and it was really late. And I think we left around 4.
Yeah, we were watching movies.
Yeah, and I was like really tired. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna drop you off and take you back to Turlock. And then Jose goes, I need to go to work. I'm like, oh no. And then I had to drive all the way to the mall.
So this isn't about Jeff. This is about.
Well, no. We're all connected in the web, and so that's kind of that we're all like a group. And so.
I'm waiting.
Okay. And then, of course, at the Taqueria, I remember when
They
Jeff
should
would
be
have...
Jeff's stories, not Jeff about Jeff's play stories.
Not the featuring Jeff.
Like his balls.
Like his hairy balls. That's, of course, Robbie talking about Jeff scratching his balls when he would visit him on Thursday nights.
Well, it could be worse. You didn't have to listen to Robbie fart.
He always farted. He even farts outside.
He thinks it's funny, too.
And he giggles about it. He goes, I farted. But then when other people fart, he gets all grossed out. But anyway, that's about Robbie. Let's go back to...
That's Jeff Jr., though.
Jeff Jr. So it's like...
You took your position, dude.
Oh, I know. Jeff Jr. No, I'm past Jeff. I'm still Jeff, but, a younger Jeff. Where Robbie's Jeff Jr. So Robbie's actually... Jeff's son and my son as well. So there you go. There's a little secret that's out. And then we would have spelling bees that Jeff would have these words that he would already learn in advance, so then he could show how much smarter than he was than the rest of us, because he already learned.
You saw this on the video, didn't you?
No, that one I remember. Because I actually remember getting into my chair, I was wet, and then falling back and then hitting myself in the back of the head. Anyway, and then going to the floor.
That was funny.
That was funny. And I actually blacked out a little bit because when I came to, everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And I remember going to work. And
No, we were all going.
Yeah, well, you're laughing too. Yeah.
You like to imagine when you're waking up. We were scared.
I would. Yeah. And then Jeff would. And then remember, Jeff would eat. He would come from work. He would worked in Tracy, removing graffiti. Worked for the City of Tracy actually. And
that's why his other nickname was Janitor Jeff.
Yeah, and that's why he's Janitor Jeff as well as King Jeff. For two reasons. One, because he was opposite of Czar Brandon. Varies both. And of course, Jeff told me, he goes like, remember, you spell it C-Z-A-R. It's actually T-S-A-R. And I noticed like, well, it's variations because it's Russian, so that's not really the point. It's like, no, you spelled it wrong. I'm like, okay, Jeff, okay. Anyway, he would go at the taqueria in Riverbank. There's a taqueria off of 108.
It's still there.
I know.
It's only been changed.
Okay, not everybody watching this clip has been to Riverbank, Russell. Okay.
They've drove through Riverbank.
I'm sure a lot of people have. It's a place that's best part about Riverbank. Going to Riverbank is leaving Riverbank.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when you go eat at the taqueria, you can see Ramon.
You can, yes. Anyway,
he's like a permanent fixture there.
And he would get off work at the City of Tracy, and he would you still have his vest on. He would still have his reflective vest, safety vest, because you work all over the city, and you would need the safety vest. It's actually required. It's required PPE, and so it's he would still be wearing his vest and his pants, and he'd be eating either.
Oh, he wouldn't wear pants any other time?
Well, I mean work pants, all right.
Oh, you were saying he wouldn't wear pants?
No, he would. Well, usually sweatpants, but when he was back at home, when he was watching movies. And then he would go eat his steak fajita, which he loved very much, or anything, or a supersized burrito. And he would talk about work, and that as a man needs to have his steak, not his soup. And I said, well, actually, I like soup better than steak. It's like, what? And that's another memory. And then also remember we used to eat at Jumbo, now called the Hibachi Grill. It's a Chinese all you can eat.
It's still the same owners.
I know. They had to change it because there was already another buffet called Jumbo. But it's now called Hibachi Grill. And we would eat there as well. And then we'll go over to Toys R Us. Sometimes we would eat at. He loved Hometown Buffet.
That's another place that died.
Hometown Buffet?
Toys R Us. And Hometown Buffet.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I'm really getting sad here.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's just the older you get, the more life sucks. Another Jeffism, by the way. And every man has to be at a certain place at a certain time.
You are failing, Mike. Jeff would look at you and go, you're failing.
Yes, actually, one time I was in my 20s, and he saw a failure to launch. What the hell was with the...
With Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. And
you get that, if the library was open, I could have got that for you for $1.
Oh, you do. And Jeff was talking about that movie. He kept looking at me. He's like, a man who still lives at home with his parents in his 40s. And then also,
I don't remember that.
Well, you weren't with it. That's I sometimes would see him like one time he was getting out on Hometown Buffet and he waved at me, and one time I would see him at Best Buy or Target
Best Buy
again. Best Buy again.
Never saw him at
Rasputin. I never saw him at Rasputin. Neither of the locations. For I guess Mad Monk. I saw him in the mall too. He was getting off for jury duty, and he was like, I was like, oh.
Was he heading over to FYI?
Yeah, it was. It was after Warehouse, so it was FYE. Sorry.
Yes.
For your entertainment. And then, that was when he has jury duty. And then he was talking about the time we had to clean up brains. Somebody was shot in the head, and he had to clean up the person's brains. And he was like, oh, it's nothing like cleaning up brains off the ground. Was that in Turlock? I can't remember. Because they said he mentioned a few times that he went to Turlock for whatever reason. That's a different county. I don't know why it would be, but anyway. And then one time he was saying he was driving over the Altamont. No, was it Altamont? Wait, no. It wouldn't be the Altamont. It would be before the Altamont, because it'd be the 205 before it becomes 580. And then he said it was snowing a little bit. I don't know about that.
Hey, remember we were lost in San Jose?
Oh yeah, so you sound say, and you know when you're lost in a place, and that was when we saw the Big Wow
Yeah, big Welcon.
con, and then usually a normal person would be driving along the road, and then drive along the freeway, and then you eventually, when you drive along the freeway, you will eventually find a place like, oh, I'll just go here over the overpass, and then Jeff was complaining like, we're lost, and then we're all lost. Oh my God, we're never gonna go back home. I did also remember one time, I can't remember where this was. Was that the taqueria again? Yeah, it was the taqueria. It was eating a fajita, steak fajita. And he goes to me that sometimes he looks over at the Altamont, and he goes like, San Francisco is not, it's just so close, but yet so far away. And just over the mountain, just the Altamont. And he was like, okay, yeah, okay. Like, just one day, you just want to just leave your damn job and just go over there. Just go over to Altamont and just have some fun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know what you mean, Jeff. I know what you mean. I won't tell a story about myself on that, similar to that.
Well, you never want to have fun.
What I'm saying was at MCA, worked for that since I would have, my love be this little box, a guard shack box, and then I could see the Altamont from the
I thought you were going to say when you worked there with those girls and they said, hey, you want to go to the gay parade with Mike?
The Castro, yes. Yeah.
You might find someone there.
True. I do remember
Your
that.
coworkers think highly of you.
And then, like I said, we'd go to Toys R Us. And then, we'd see him all over the place. People. Usually it was by the area, by the freeway is where I would see him, because he would get off work, and then it would be like around 4-ish, 1600 military time, and he would just go to either Target or Borders. Borders. Yeah, he liked Borders a lot too.
He got coupons.
He got coupons with that.
It's not a matter he liked it; he just got coupons.
Yeah, he did Borders, and then I guess later on Barnes and Nobles,
because they got coupons there too.
Yeah, exactly. So later on it was Barnes and Nobles, and there used to be a Barnes and Nobles in Tracy, at the West Valley Mall.
He used to go to that one too.
Yeah, he would. He would go there a lot. And then, and he, like I said, he lived at two places, and both in Riverbank. And then, of course, when he lost his first home, I remember Russell and I would try to cheer him up, and we'll take him out places to eat and shopping and stuff like that, because that's what he liked doing. And then he finally got his house, which wasn't a bad house. I think, it doesn't matter how much he paid for it, but
he was paying rent for it.
He was paying rent for it, but yeah, I won't disclose that information. Then we would go over there, and then we would check out movies. And remember the time we were watching Debbie Does Dallas, because Brandon didn't know what we were watching. He thought it was
it was for his birthday.
It was for his birthday. And then Brandon just getting like, oh, hello.
I remember Fatty Patty.
Oh, yeah, Fatty Patty, the blow-up doll of a big woman, of a big girl.
Or a big man.
A big man. And then, then he would just beat the crap out of her. He would be like, no, Brandon and Jeff.
Brandon was too busy crying.
Brandon was too embarrassed with that. That's we would watch a lot of movies there, and he would be on his couch. He'd be laying down, and he'd be always sweatpants. And there's 2 cats. Yeah. And he'll be laying down, and he'd be like, then sometimes he'd be eating chicken, KFC,
pizza,
steak. He sometimes would cook himself steak. Never soup, of course. So losers eat. And he would watch movies and stuff like that. And then you would have this huge pot. But another thing you might not know, you would, the guy behind the camera, I'm talking with the audience. You would actually have all of these. 2 things actually. All these movies of what you call it, naughty Japanese movies with that.
I didn't know about that.
You didn't?
Oh.
Okay, well
he held out on me.
No, there's a big pile, and there are all these cute Japanese girls.
He bought fucking Japanese porn?
You didn't know that?
Oh.
Okay, well, I was over there. Oh, actually, I have a few more of them.
I know that his brother, he had to lock his porn up because his brother would pick the lock to always steal his porn.
Yeah, I believe that. But, and it'd be this cute, and he looks at me like, well, if you ever want to borrow those, oh, no, I'm okay, Jeff. I'm okay. And then futa. He liked what's it, futa? The porn with the chicks with boobs and big wieners and stuff like that. That's futa, right? Yeah. Okay. You like that? Love that. Oh, then one time we're at the. He would also sometimes go to the card shop or comic book shop, Criers, and remember he loved Crossed. You remember that sick ass people in the
Avatar comic.
Avatar. When the
It was the if you couldn't get The Walking Dead, you wanted that instead.
well, crosses would be a lot worse. And it's just that basically it's a virus that you get infected with. You get this cross on your head, and what it is, the virus causes you to fulfill your darkest fantasies. Is what it is. And so he was showing me these pictures, like, look at that. They're like, okay, I was like, look at that. I don't believe it. Look, I've seen the sick ass stuff as you have seen. Oh, that remind me of that. Remember the two girls in a cup? Remember we showed that to Jeff, and his reaction was like, kind of bored. I've seen worse. And then another one there. Let's see what else. Yeah, you like movies.
You like to lecture people.
That's another story. And I'll leave out the other story about him running over him, which I think he made the story up. I don't think he really did it.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay. Oh, actually, there's another story I talked about in Tracy. He also liked nations. He was eating nations, and he said, I guess these people were chasing this kid, teenager, and then he said he helped the two police officers corner this kid so the police officers could tackle the kid down, and then he said give the kid some justice or something like that. Yeah. I don't know what he meant by that, but that was another one. Yeah.
The San Diego Con film was funny with the little kid crying.
Oh yeah, he filmed in San Diego. He was really excited about going to that. I guess he had got a flat tire, I believe.
Oh, he always had something happen.
And he filmed just like, look at this, what I did. And the little filmed this kid crying. Like, mommy. And then they finally found the kid's, parents. And the parents were like,
and he's going, look, this is showing you the compassion of the comic book people at the con.
And yet it was just, but if
what do you think? I go, and my response was, dude, you're a sick fuck. You should be helping this kid instead of filming him. What?
That's true. Filming a kid.
And he got so mad at me because I called him a sick fuck just for filming.
That was, just the filming a kid crying was interesting. But it wasn't his problem, though.
No, that was never his problem. As long as it wasn't his problem, that's all that mattered.
We have a lot of members, Jeff. Holy crap. It just goes on and on. Remember when he filmed his own skits?
I like the one where he made us help him film his 20-minute project.
Yeah.
And his response was, well, have Mike edit it. I go, Mike said he's already not going to edit. You edit it yourself. It's your project. He was so pissed off, he butchered the shit out of that project.
Yeah, true.
You still have that project?
Oh, I have everything.
You need to find it so you can watch it again.
Yeah, like I have everything.
And you had the full version, don't you? Where
I kept everything.
His entire documentary thing about Robbie and Brandon being complete morons and
well, talking about, remember he did Jeff TV or Jeffery too, and then everything was always about the character being depressed and committing suicide. Like,
yes.
Was it Kamala?
Yeah.
It was like, I'm just a worthless athlete. I need to kill myself. Like, everything was about. Well, I think he got that actually from Robot Chicken. Yeah, that's where he got that from, because they did a lot of that at Robot Chicken, so that's where he got that from. And
when he stole our taser and got pissed at him?
Oh yeah.
And gave him to Robot Chicken?
Oh, also remember he liked collecting he would have some swords, or I guess daggers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he would show me some of the daggers, like, hey man, I like some daggers. And don't think any guns. He also painted as well. You would know that because his painting had his name.
Later down the road. It was painting his name on a color.
Yes. The thing when you watch his paintings, like, oh, it's done by a guy named Jeff. Okay. That's kind of in your face. What's his name?
We better start finishing this up.
Okay. Like I said, Jeff was definitely a lot of good memories with him.
A lot of bad ones.
A lot of some
like
bad ones
people.
too. There's he wasn't always the easiest person to get along with.
Unlike me.
Yes, unlike the guy behind the camera who's always just a rainbow of colors.
Oh yes,
he's always so cheerful.
Well, it ain't like
Oh.
you've ever told the guy behind the camera, "I'm not fucking coming back. Fuck you."
Another story that will sum this up by talking about the guy behind the camera. I remember one time his mother gave me, what was it? What you like to eat so much? What's her favorite candy bar? Snickers?
Reese's.
Reese's. Yeah, he was giving me Reese's. She was like, here, which one? Reese says it was the guys behind the camera's stash, because she would buy it from Costco, and he was getting Russell was getting kind of angry, and so I was like, oh no, I'll just take my Snickers. And that's fucking right. Eat your Snickers. But so yeah,
And she's laughing the entire time.
she did that on purpose. She was getting a chuckle. So anyway, like I said, basically the point of the whole story is, and this actually relates to the coronavirus. Enjoy the time you have with the people when you're with them, because things happen. Not just death, but people move away, people drift apart. So just enjoy.
People hate, and then
People
they forget
hate.
why.
Yeah,
Then they forget why they don't want to deal with anything, and they miss these people and regret that they never corrected.
And then when they come to terms, they're like, oh, I should have. It's too late now.
Yeah.
And so it's just basically just enjoy the moments you have with these people as much as you can before it's too late, because things always happen, and not just death. A lot of other things happen. So with that in mind, have a beautiful day.
The end of the party. So anything to say?
Turn off the television. It's time to go to bed.
I'm gonna be totally famous. I wanna hold 'em like they do in Texas plays.